Hey there, are you struggling to generate buyer leads using Facebook? In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how we create a Facebook ad, launch it, and generate leads for real estate on autopilot. So stay tuned. Hey guys, Adam Perez with the SMPL Agent chatbot, and I'm going to show you step by step how we do what we do to generate new leads, in this case, buyer leads specifically for our real estate clients. All right, so let's jump into the laptop. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into my ads manager. If you don't already have an ads account set up for your Facebook business page, pause this video, go ahead and do that and come right back. All right. But if you already have that, let's jump into it. So what we're going to do is the first thing is this button over here where it says create on the left-hand side. Let's go ahead and click that. All right. So I like to handle the Facebook ads just slightly different. Everybody has a different strategy. I'm not going to do this ad here. Everyone's got a different strategy, right? You can go ahead and go for an engagement. You can go for a lead generation, lead forms, chatbots. In this particular instance, we're going to use the SMPL Agent chatbot on the back end to capture those leads, and I'm going to show you how. All right, so the first step that we're going to do is we're going to come all the way down here for our consideration, and it's going to be message. All right. So once we get the message going, I'm going to grab the property address information here. And that's how I like to keep my ads nice and neat. So this is a new listing. We're going to title this new listing and the property address, okay? And we did create a split test. I kind of accelerated or already have an ad set up for you guys just for time saving purposes because I don't want you guys to be bored watching me do this all day. But for this case, we're not going to create a split test. I'm just going to show you step by step. So we'll hit the continue button to go to the next page. So now we're coming down into the ad set. Once again, it says ad set name. If you're not split testing, this really isn't that important, but just for keeping things organized and keeping it neat, once again, we can put in what the objective is or what the product is. So if it's a new listing, open house, things like that. But since we're focusing on new listings, let's do new listing and the property address. Perfect. So the message destination is still going to come down to click messenger, all right, and the audience, all right. So here's where the fun begins. The audience is essentially your targeting for who you're trying to get interested in that property. Who do you want these ads to be shown to, right? So currently I don't have a custom audience that I'm going to plug in, but what I will do is jump over into the ad that we already set up for my client, and I will explain. So here we go. What we did was we kept the age demographic between 30 and 64. I'll explain. Reason being is this property right now is listed at $695,000. And in my personal opinion and my consult with my client, we really don't feel anybody below 30, unless you're a super rock star, is going to buy a house that's that expensive and where it's located. So we kept it starting at 30 and we did up to 64. Usually people around that age demographic are not looking for a bigger home. They're actually looking to downsize, right? Keep things simple. They're getting into that retirement phase. So just for testing purposes, I left it at 30 to 64. Now you guys at home, you know your clients a little bit better, who your target demographic is. So play around with those, experiment. That's why we run split tests so that we can see which results you're getting, where to get the best results from. All right. We're leaving the gender at all. No discrimination there. Everybody can buy this house. Now in the split test, we did two things. The first thing was I dropped a pin, which essentially you can no longer target by zip codes with Facebook. So what I did was I dropped a pin that would pretty much cover where the property would be. So that was part one of the split test. So right where it says drop a pin, when you click on that and hover over, it'll allow you to drop a pin. So the property is located somewhere around here, but as you get a little bit up here closer to Lake Lanier, it's very rural. So I don't really think too many people living up here in that lifestyle are going to come all the way down here for that property. Most people that can afford that property, maybe looking to move further out into the burbs or leaving Atlanta and going out to the burbs, okay? Now that was what I did was a 15-mile radius from that pin. In the split test, I put the exact town of the property, the listing, and then I did a 15-mile radius as well. So we're going to see which one works better in this case, but pretty much we've got a decent amount of coverage. Okay, So this is saying it's going to reach 190,000 people as a result of it. Let me show you why, because we were actually reaching a lot more than that. But what we did was we came here and the detail targeted. We want to target people that are actively interested in purchasing a property, right? I mean, that's who our target market is. So what we did was interests were homes.com, house hunting, mortgage calculator, right? Somebody's playing around with a mortgage calculator. It seems like they're pretty much interested in a mortgage, which is the financing for a property. Pre-qualification, property finder, Quicken Loans, Redfin. You're starting to get the trend here. We're looking for people that are interested in these things or have been interested recently or visited those websites, because they're more likely to purchase, right? Or at least be interested in the property that we're advertising. So single family detached homes, Trulia Real Estate, Zillow, real estate and mortgage loans. So that's what we put in as the interests. You guys can play around with that, keep it simple, experiment. I like to put these in here because this is definitely an intentional customer. Wouldn't you agree? Thumbs up or comment below if you agree, okay? So now here's where the real magic happens. So in advertising, at least in real estate, we don't want to show our ads to other realtors for two reasons. Number one, we don't want them stealing your ads, right? And number two is we don't want your advertising budget to go to them for them to click on it, and it costs you as the realtor additional money on someone that's not your target market. So what we did was we excluded people that are employed by the National Association of Realtors, also have interest in that, as well as real estate brokers, so that we can cover about 90 to 95% of realtors. Every now and then you'll get one that falls through the cracks and actually clicks on the link. But I had a case where a realtor, a buyer's agent, reached out to my seller agent and actually had a buyer in mind for the property that we were advertising. So it ended up being a win-win, right? So that was cool. So now that we've got our targeting down, that's usually the most difficult thing or thing that most people experiment with. So that is it for the targeting and the budget, right? So let's get over to the budget. So the budget, we are doing $10 a day and splitting it between the split test. So I recommend starting at $5 a day to go for 5 days. You'll get some traction, but if you really want to get exposure and you really want to get your pixel really seasoned so that you can save some money on the back end with retargeting, then I recommend $10 a day for 5 days. That's going to get you a lot of reach, a lot of exposure. And I mean, think about it like this. If you were to spend $50 for that whole campaign and we sold this house at $695,000, I believe it was. Bear with me one second. Let me pull out the calculator real quick. So that was $695 times 3%. That's $20,000. And all you spent was $50 on those leads. You let me know in the comments below if that sounds worth it to you. All right. So that's essentially how that all works. All right. Now let's jump into what the actual ad looks like. All right, now I personally like this house. It sits on 6 acres, guys. 6 acres and has a pool. I know my kids would love, love, love that. Right? So here we go down to the ad here. And this is what it looks like. I took the best picture, at least personally what I felt was the best picture that we had in our MLS listing. And essentially what we did was, here's the copy right here. Nothing really much to it, nothing super special, but definitely all of the selling features here that would make somebody interested in clicking on that ad, right? So there we go. Tap to learn more. And when they tap to learn more, one of two things usually happens depending upon how you advertise. So if it's a lead form, if it is a landing page, it'll take them to the landing page or to the website of that listing, and that person can engage. But here's where Simple Agent differs. So we connect the Simple Agent chatbot to that button. So when a prospect clicks on that, it'll actually provide them the information they're looking for. But now we've captured them as a lead, and we can follow up with them for the next coming 12 months if they have not already completed the buyer's qualification form through this whole experience by throwing out this ad here. Now, the benefit of keeping somebody in Messenger versus sending them off to a landing page, one thing I want you guys to take into consideration is Facebook wants people to stay where? On Facebook, right? So it only makes sense that they would charge more in advertising if you send people off of Facebook, let's say to a ClickFunnels or even your MLS listing page, right? So to bridge that gap and to keep costs low, the Simple Agent bot we've connected to the back end of this ad here, and then not only do we get to capture that lead in our system, but it also keeps our advertising costs low. All right, so that's pretty much it for the ad here. Let me show you where the magic really happens in the Simple Agent. So I'm going to go down to this account here where we actually set it up. So being a Simple Agent member, when you have the Simple Agent chatbot and you're using it, especially for new listings, we come down to flows, go into the Simple Agent folder, and the advertising folder. So now we go to our new listing, and what we did was we created a new listing flow here, okay? And this is real simple, guys. In other videos, in the members only area, I show you step by step how to set this whole thing up. It really will take you about 5 minutes, okay? So as you can see here, when somebody engages with the bot, they're going to be tagged as a buyer, where the property was, and the exact address. So you as the agent now have all of this valuable information of where this person engaged with you and what they were interested in. All right, but as promised, when they click on the ad, let me show you what this looks like in real time, okay? So here we go. We're going to send me to Messenger. All right, bear with me 1 second while the Wi-Fi catches up. Let's open it up in Messenger. All right, awesome. Now there is a step here that we don't see right now because I'm just showing you the flow. But when they click on the ad, there's a bridged bubble that pops up in Messenger that says, hey, thank you for clicking on the ad. If you want more information, just click on this button below, and then this conversation opens up. It's kind of like a double opt-in, and it's part of the terms of use with Facebook, so make sure that we're complying. So once they click on that button, that will then drop them into this conversation. Here's the information about the property, the full address, the specifications, and then encouraging them to schedule an appointment to see this beautiful home. Now, if they want more information, they come down. This picture is just a reminder of what property that we're talking about, and then they can click on see photos and details, schedule a showing with that realtor right then and there, or contact them and kind of leave a message or basically start that conversation up for them. So let's go ahead and click photos and details. And as you can see, when they click on it, boom, it's brought us right over to the MLS listing. They can click on it, they can get more photos of the property, and there it is, voila. Now they've got the information they wanted. You as the realtor have now captured that lead, and the Simple Agent chatbot on the back end, if they do not fill out that buyer's qualification form, is going to follow up with them for 12 months until they actually do on your behalf. So it's kind of like an email drip campaign, but all in Messenger. And the best part is, at any moment in time, you can contact your leads and start having that real live conversation with them and really turn that relationship into something special and eventually a closing, right? All right, so that's pretty much it for this video, step by step. Oh, wait, here we go, a little surprise. As you can see, this is what the follow-up looks like in the Simple Agent chatbot. So after they've clicked and they were on this website page here and looking at the listing here, oh, I got another message. Okay, who is it? And guess what? It's the Simple Agent bot on your behalf contacting them, asking them, hey, why don't we put together a custom home search for you so that you don't have to go anywhere else. I can do that right for you. So as a prospect, what do I do next? I'm going to say, okay, you know what? I am looking for a property. Let me tell you what my price range is, right? So obviously 500 to $1 million if I'm even considering this $695,000 house. How many bedrooms would I like? I've got 2 kids, so I definitely need the space for an office, the kids, and all that. How many bathrooms? Let's do at least 3, right? And as you can see, I'm having this conversation with the bot, and my client is at a closing, showing a home, doing whatever she's doing, spending time with her family, and all of this information is now being sent to her, and she's having this conversation and building this relationship real time. So that's the most amazing thing about the Simple Agent chatbot, because it's going to have these conversations with them. It's not just an informational source where you click on it and here you go, here's the information, and we'll never see you again. we're actually having these conversations real time and qualifying and capturing these leads. So it's going to ask me once again for telephone numbers. Look at this. It's pulling the same information from Facebook that Facebook already has on us. And the agent didn't have to do anything crazy. Look, it's asking to confirm my address, my email address and my telephone number. Yep, that's the correct one. And while all of this happens, boom, buyer qualification short form was submitted. This is all the information. Great. And now you have more options, whether it's go to the main menu, visit the website, or like them on Facebook. So that's pretty much how we are generating buyer leads using Facebook advertising in the Simple Agent chatbot. I hope this video was valuable for you. I hope you can go step by step and use this to generate more leads for your business. And if you're interested in more information on the Simple Agent bot, I'll leave a link to that to the website below at www.simpleagent.com or SMPLagent.com. If you found value in this button, please smash that thumbs up button. Also, subscribe right now as well and hit that notification bell so every time that we release valuable content like this, you guys are notified first. All right? Well, once again, I'm Adam Perez with the Simple Agent chatbot. That's how we generate buyer leads for our new listings, and I'll see you in the next video. You guys take care, and can't wait to see you at the closing table. Take care.